Today on the channel from Loose Collector and the Crypt series, we got another one of the great wolves, this time Vozlak of the North.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another werewolf unboxing. As today, we've got Vozlak of the North from the Great Wolves from the Crypt series by Loose Collector. But for all your Loose Collector needs, better hit up Big Bad Toy Store. That's where I went for this bad boy. Picked him up with his the rest of his pack, I guess. And we'll unbox all those on the channel. And you know by now we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And you know me, I love a hairy bipedal creature. I love a werewolf. I love a Bigfoot. I love the big feet. I love all the cryptids as well. So this is playing a lot of hits for me as I'm building out a werewolf army, obviously here. But we got more of a winter wolf on this one. Looking good, looking like he's ready for an Arctic mission. Who knows? But this is Vozlak of the North. Quite the name on this guy, but we're going to dive into him. We're going to see what all the fuss is about with this Crypt Collector series. And we will do comparisons to werewolves, big feet, and all points in between later on in this video here. But looking good, looking extra scary. Nobody wants to fight a werewolf. Nobody wants to come across one either. Looking good on the front, Crypt Collection, of course. 1/12 scale figure for those keeping track at home. Another glamour shot over there. We even got a little story time with the werewolf back there. And then we got the rest of his brothers. We'll unbox all those on the channel, so make sure you do subscribe. It does say, I peer upon the icy north, and there rules mighty Vozlak. From the dark east lurks Dilm of the shadows. Within the west mountains of the fiendish Morocco, and from the windy plains of the south, regal Garos. Feared and revered by all the Lanthropope. Oh my gosh, big word. For their wisdom, supernatural power, immense size, and sheer ferocity. Behold the great wolves of legend, immortal ancestral wolves of old, they who first gazed upon the moon to receive both its benediction and curse. How about that? So it looks like a generic right on the back of all these guys is what it is, I guess. Well, let's get it out of the package. I do save my packaging on things like this. And look at that. We got claws, we got feet, we got all kinds of stuff going on. But I'm going to take our friend Vozlak offline, and we'll be back talking all things the Great Wolves. All right, we got our old friend Vozlak out of the package. Not a ton of stuff to dive into with this one. We got some extra hand accessories, but that's basically it for this werewolf from the north is what he is to me. We got 2 fists of werewolf fury. Never want to get punched in the face by a werewolf. Got that one long coke nail. Yep, I said it. White as snow right here. He's been partying with Bert and Ernie, I guess is what he's been up to here. But you got that long nail in the front. Got those white hands with a dark wash all over the top. An interesting fists of fury for this wolf. And then we get some splayed out hands. Ready to tear you to shreds is what this is. I can just see him just charring through your body. Eating your innards. That's good eating, of course. That sweet organ meat. We all love it. We know how that goes. Looking good here. Now out of the package, he's got more of a gripping hand. Nothing really to grip, but he's got more of that going on. And we're going to dive into this guy. Now, the tail had to be inserted. You had to just put that in the hole. You just stick it in the hole. It's pretty easy. But you do got that little wolf tail back here, and you do got the articulation on it, which is nice to see. Nice gray stripe down the bottom part as well. But diving into this werewolf, he is big. I mean, this is a little taller than I expect a werewolf to be. But that being said, you got to crouch him a little bit. You got to use the articulation of the knees. But if you stand him straight up, that is a tall, tall drink of water in the werewolf department here. White skin throughout with or white fur, I guess is more like it, with white skin too. But you got a dirty wash over the top. But it looks like he'd blend in the land of the ice and snow like a young Led Zeppelin, maybe. Got a wolf head, got those big ears on point, fiery red eyes, extra creepy that. And then you got the big fangs there. He does have a movable jaw, which is great for personality. Only one head with this guy, so it's nice to get some adjustments there, a little bit of extra pizzazz with that. I am here for that. Looking pretty good. The hair does come off right here, so before you put the head on, you can take this tuft of hair out, but obviously you want all that in there. But you do got that, so it gives him a little extra size in the mane department. We'll call it a mane. Looking good and very cool that it's got the gray and black on the tips of the hair. I like that. On the oldest part of his hair, looking pretty good. He does got a little bit of that diaper here. We see that with Loose Collector. He's got that going on. Almost looks like he's wearing a pair of trunks with the white color against the gray. So it is noticeable, especially when you look at it. His arms do go all the way around, as we know. Very tight joints on this, but very smooth joints at the same time, but extremely tight. But arms do go all the way around, but they do have the nice ratchets in them. Double jointed pinless elbows on here. Hands back and forth, side to side, removable. Head is removable, back, forth, side to side. Jaw, as we talked about there. Hula hoop up top, a little bit of movement. Not much to write home about. Same thing with the waist. Legs, what do we got? Oh, a little tighter in the legs, especially compared to the Bigfoot. You do get a little bit of movement there. Might have to heat this guy up a little bit. Not really moving a whole lot at all for me here, but once again, I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, pretty light in the leg movement department. I don't want to even test my luck and break it. Oh, yeah, extremely tight down here on that lower half. Totally different than Bigfoot, as you can move him around pretty easily. This guy's got some extremely tight knee joints, so going to have to heat all of that up. He does got a little boot cut action, and then you got ankles up and down, back and forth. Interesting feet down here on this guy. A little bit comical, almost reminds you of like Wile E. Coyote or something. Almost like they're too big, but you got the big black nails, and you got the white and black attack and the dirty kind of fur going on there. And then you got sculpted in fur throughout, even in the crotch. Even in the crotch, he's got that going on. No foot hole, anything like that. The Crip 2025 Loose Collector, it does say. Yeah, he's going to be a tough one to stand on his own, too. Bigfoot had a nice big base for him. This guy, not so much, but you can get him to stand, as we see right here. But he is a big, big werewolf. 1/12, remember 1/12 size, but this is a gigantic werewolf. A lot of times in our head, we think of maybe a little upsized from human. That's what we think with werewolf. But this is a big, big guy, there's no doubt. But we do got another werewolf I had not too long ago on the channel. This might have been the last werewolf I unboxed on the channel, so we got one right there. And then we got Foray Toys. Is that what that one was? Once Upon a Time. You can see that. This is kind of more the size I think of with a werewolf in the 1/12. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. More human-like. But this guy almost looks like a coyote man. Once again, Wile E. Coyote getting a lot of shout-outs here today. But we got two werewolves of the past. Very different, though. Very different, I will say. And then I want to compare him to the Yeti, the old abominable snowman. So the North team right here, the North faction. Look at that. He's taller. Taller than Bigfoot. I don't imagine a werewolf being taller than Bigfoot. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. But you can see that size difference for sure. And then we got Snow Job for the G.I. Joe line. You can kind of see that size difference there, too, if you want to compare it to your G.I. Joe figures. You know, the Arctic G.I. Joe werewolf mission, we'll never forget about that. Talk about a special mission if there ever was one. But an interesting werewolf. I'm not sure what to think about this one. We're going to dive into the rest of them. We'll see which one I like most. We'll see how this one goes, but I definitely got to heat this up with a hairdryer as he is stiff as a board. We'll see what we can do with him as far as poses and the glamour shots and stuff like that. But if I had to choose, normally I prefer werewolves, but I think I prefer the Bigfoot body on first impressions and the Bigfoot figures more. They are a little more costly, but they do move around a lot better than these werewolves, at least on first impression. So we'll see where it goes throughout these other videos. So make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel to check out those, and check out the Abominable Snowman, the Skookum, and the Bigfoot unboxing from Loose Collector as well. But I'd be very interested to hear your thoughts on this werewolf. You're going to pick this one up. You need this in your collection. Let me know in the comments down below. You made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell, as we got videos every single day and then some. We got even more content for you on Patreon, YouTube channel memberships, your best way to support the channel and all the content it brings. And you guys know by now there's a lot of stuff to keep you busy. Sir Paul64 on the X, the _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and the Kyle Peterson Show at gmail.com, which is the name of my podcast, The Kyle Peterson Show, available where podcasts are found with videocast on YouTube. So for a great wolf, I'm a great Kyle, and I'll see you guys all real soon.
Well, are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?
Times are bad, and when the time comes, it goes down in a river of trouble, love and a mountain ground. Just hold on.